everybody. I'm Susie Bartel. I'm the founder of the Bartel Foundation, whose work is focused on removing stigma around youth mental health and providing a lot of programs here in our community that help kids find connection, belonging, and resilience in order to promote their mental wellness and prevent suicide. And we are here today to talk about our Notes of Hope Gala on October 18th, which is a really meaningful event for us because we are celebrating 10 years of community service. And we're going to be sharing some of our impact, as well as also share a lot about where we're going from here in the next decade. And the reason we are meeting today is because I wanted to introduce, I'm very excited about this, that we have an amazing MC for the night, the amazing Mindy Schulz. Welcome.
Thank you. And the amazing Susie, thank you so much. Thank you. I am really excited about this opportunity, and I am so passionate about your mission and the work you do, so thank you.
Thank you as well. So for a lot of people who may not know anything about you, would you like to just share a little bit about yourself and what you do?
A little bit about myself. Let's see. Personally, I am a mother to 2 children here and 1 spirit side, which is how we were connected. I will be soon celebrating 22 years of marriage with my husband. Fascinating enough, still my best friend. I love adventure, old libraries, and really good food. And let's see. Professionally, I bring a background of a black belt in karate and 25 years of high-level multi-million-dollar sales experience to work as a trusted partner for founders, leaders, entrepreneurs, and their teams to navigate not just increasing revenue and productivity, but also increasing that joy and peace of mind in the journey of building that legacy, and that's what I really love.
Yes, I love the fact that you're helping people find joy. That's really what this is all going to be about. So what's your favorite part about connecting with other people through events like this?
I love the energy. I love the energy of what happens when people are united in a mission, united in a purpose, the deep and meaningful conversations that happen not just collectively but individually, and just that ripple of good that's created. I really, really love that, and I look forward to this.
So what made you decide to say yes when we asked you to be our MC?
Because it was the Bartel Foundation. I have wanted to work with your organization for a very long time. Admittedly, I've been waiting for my children to get a little bit older so I had more time, but when you reached out, it felt very kismet, and my heart. So thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you for saying that. And so tell me a little bit about why our mission really means something to you personally.
Because I think we are in a void of connection. You and I have chatted offline about this, and about how important it is to cultivate not just connection with others, but connection with ourselves, and the resilient skills and the tools of how to communicate, how to belong, how to manage our emotions, how to navigate stress, and how to share that connection with others in a way that is meaningful and resilient and creates a ripple of good in the world, not just for ourselves and our hearts and our resilience moving forward, but who is it we become when we are fully present with one another?
Right, and it begins at a very young age, and our teens are really struggling right now. They are at a critical point in our culture where they are really isolated.
Yes.
There's a loneliness epidemic in essence, right? And so we are really honed in on helping those kids find those connections as human beings, which are not necessarily online. I'm not saying anything online is bad, not at all. It's just a question of finding the right balance. Human connection, like the conversations we're having today, authentic, meaningful conversations, they are absolutely critical to human survival. And we have to promote it, and we have to help kids find their own way and figure out how to do that themselves. So thank you so much for that. So I know that so many people watching today have their own connection to this course. So hearing your story about this deep and essence of finding connection is going to be really meaningful for them. But is there anything else you'd like to share about why they should join us that night?
Why they should join you? No one else in the community is doing such meaningful work like you do. I am the mother of a teenage boy. I hear the conversations that they have and how they're craving that level of connection. And I hear the stories of, you know, Mom, my friend is challenged with this, they're having a hard time. And the work you do in providing those environments, of providing those skills, and providing that connection is so paramount and so necessary. And I think too, what you may not realize, Susie, is they're bringing those skills back to their families, their parents, their siblings, right? And so they are helping to have those conversations, helping a father foster connectivity and connection at a deeper level already, besides just what they do when they leave and go out on their own and have their own lives. So,
oh, that's fabulous to hear. Yeah, we love getting feedback from parents and just hearing a little bit about what they talk about once they leave some of our programs. And we're actually going to be sharing a lot of those types of stories at the gala, which is going to be really, really meaningful. So it's going to be a very inspiring night. What are you most looking forward to?
Let's raise a lot of money. Let's have a lot of fun. Let's really connect with our community, and let's create that ripple of impact that is so greatly and desperately needed in our communities, in our souls, with our hearts, with our young ones.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have an exciting program lined up for the evening. Would you like to share anything about that? Because I've told you quite a bit about it.
Actually, I would love to ask you if you could expound on that. Like, share with our audience what you have going, what you're excited about. Let's hear more from you.
Absolutely.
You asked so much about me.
Yes.
Let's shine.
Yes. So we have a very powerful performance that night. My son is a classical musician, and he is going to be playing with fellow musicians of a similar age. They're a quintet, and you know, the artistry and the meaning behind the emotions of every piece, every note that they play is really powerful. So that's kind of an unusual part of a gala, but it's something that we did last year, and we had some tremendous feedback that it was really mesmerizing watching them play. So in addition to that, we have a delicious gourmet dinner, and we will have meaningful stories being told by a lot of families who are going to be sharing some of the things that they have discovered having their child come to our programs. And we have an exciting live auction with amazing prizes that night. And it really rounds up towards the end of the evening with a Beacon of Hope award that we always give out to a very special teenager who's gone through our programs. And it kind of really sets the tone for the whole evening. So that's kind of everything that's going to be happening. And
Susie, if I can interrupt you a little bit.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about the funds that are raised, because you've had a really impactful first 5 years and the next 5 years, and now we're looking further.
Yes.
The money that is raised at the gala.
Yeah.
What do you foresee? How is that going to be spent? What are you excited about? What are the next movements?
Right. So we've pretty much expanded throughout Loudoun County. You know, we go into a lot of different parts of the county in order to deliver programs, not just on the weekends, during after school. And what we're finding is that there is a craving for more and more of this. And so the goal of this evening isn't just to raise funds to sustain what we're already doing, but more importantly, to really look into the future, because we are hearing from a lot of different sources that they want us to really replicate what we're doing in other places. We have a tremendous training program now that we put in place that will enable other organizations to get trained by us and bring the same type of programs that we're providing here into their own communities.
Fantastic.
So these funds are really important for us in order to be able to expand and extend ourselves into other areas. So growth is really part of our next 10 years, and this gala is going to help make it happen.
So exciting. Thank you for sharing. Is there any part of that you're particularly really passionate about? What really touches you the most?
What touches me the most is that, you know, when we have these connections, you know, hearing stories, impactful stories about how we have changed other people's lives is what really drives my passion. It's the reason I really exist today, because that's what keeps me going, right? I came from a dark place into a much better place because I have found meaning through this work. So the stories that you're going to hear that night, and you're going to actually meet the person who's going to receive our Beacon of Hope Award, that in itself makes the whole evening worthwhile. And I just love every part of that.
And I love that. Thank
Yeah.
you, because I think we can get overwhelmed at times with fear, right? But
Yeah.
we forget to realize hope is the most powerful
Yes,
thing we have.
it is. And we provide hope for every teen who goes through our programs. So, you know, if anybody wants to know where our funds are going, every ticket purchased, every sponsorship purchased, it's all going to provide hope for a teen tomorrow.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And how can people actually start getting their tickets? How can they donate now? How can they get involved as we ramp up?
So we are obviously going out of Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn a lot. We have a website. Our own website has its own page, which is RyanBartelFoundation.org/Notes of Hope. And that will drive you to our ticketing page. But if you are watching, we will be dropping the link to go directly to our ticket page. And we're going to be really trying to talk about everything that's happening that night and sharing a lot of what happened last year, because I think the attendees have shared already through our social media channels some of the emotions that that evening really brought out into them as well. And they, you know, it's just been a very rewarding experience all around, because you go into these events and you don't really know whether you're providing that impact, but it's powerful when it happens, and that's probably one of the most tremendous things that I'm looking forward to.
I love that. And thank you for touching on that, because I think people hear this as it's a fundraiser. Of course, it's a fundraiser, it's a gala. But
Yes.
what happens, the transformation that happens in
Yes.
that room when you have all of these hearts and minds united in this purpose,
Yes.
right? And we get to connect, and we get to share, and we get to love, and we get to rejoice, and we get to hope, and really be involved in the energy of that. Like what's created as they leave the room is going to be phenomenal as well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for watching tonight. I just want to check if there are any other questions. So
Okay.
it says here, how else can we support the foundation? Okay, so if you are not going to be able to come to the gala, we do receive donations. There is a donation button on our website, RyanBartelFoundation.org. We would love for anybody's support, and if you can't make the sponsorship for the gala right now, we will be continuing to fundraise. We rely on basically the whole community, whether it's a grantor, or a sponsor, or an individual, and we're constantly raising funds because the programs that we provide are free, and so we can't sustain that unless we actually get donations to help support this effort. So that's really important for us. Any other questions? No other questions have come in.
Would you share what you most love about Ryan?
Yes.
He's the love.
Yeah. It's difficult for me to talk about it, but he was a very special person, because he was, you know, the pressure that these kids feel today is exactly what he went through. And he was different. He was very much a loner. He loved nature. That was his way of connecting with life. That was his really escapism. And he was, you know, he had this tremendous brain. You know, he was diagnosed with Asperger's when he was young. And that means that they are just such a unique individual in that totally amazing IQ for certain subjects, and his favorite subject was history. And then of course anything to do with nature. So he developed all these amazing interests and basically didn't do well at school because school was boring, right? It wasn't stimulating for him. And he struggled right up until that senior year when we lost him, because he couldn't see the reason for being in a society that didn't allow him to be who he was, and the expectations on him to perform in a certain way, because we put a lot of expectations on our kids. It just became too much.
And so I hear that, and I see what the Ryan Bartel Foundation does, and giving that space for kids to be themselves, to connect in a way that's like truly authentic and the most real version of them, and to be loved and accepted and to make friends in that realm is such a gift. So thank you for helping us to learn and understand deeply more what you do, and also sharing Ryan with us and the love. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So thank you everybody for watching. Oh, there is another question.
How many lives has the foundation impacted?
So over the last 10 years, we have actually impacted more than 10,000 lives. So it's an appropriate number. And it's always a difficult thing to measure exactly how many people you're impacting, but when you count the ripple effect of delivering some of the trainings we've done and the actual face-to-face programs that we've delivered, it's thousands and thousands of kids. And that's why it's so important for us to keep going. 10 years is a milestone, and we have to make it to another 10 years.